BookTok. Just like any other TikTok community, BookTok is a section of TikTok filled with bookworms. They essentially share their interest in reading books to the internet, hoping to find similar people and possibly recommend books people to read. I was aware this community existed when I made my video about weird communities, and I wanted to make like a part 2 and add BookTok onto the list. But here's the thing, BookTok is not like your regular book community that will just recommend books for you to read or talk about their favorite books. No, that's not what we're doing here. This is TikTok, and we definitely know what happens on TikTok. BookTok takes reading books to a much stranger level that I didn't even think it was possible. So I got a video of BookTok compilations, and we're gonna see what is it about. Newsflash, it's all cringe.
I told my boyfriend 5 hours ago that it was just one more chapter. At page 405, I said one more chapter. I am now at page 617.
Well, whatever plans you had with your boyfriend, I guess they got canceled at this point. Either the book that you're reading must be so entertaining that it kept you reading and you forgot about the plans, or you really liked that book and said, nah, I'ma keep reading. The book isn't going anywhere, and besides, you have a bookmark so you can get back to where you left off. Plus, you look like you need to take a nap. Put down the book and go to sleep, please.
And I have to drink a bottle of wine. It is now 4:40 in the morning. Will I be going to sleep tonight? No, not at all.
You know, I'm kinda surprised that the wine didn't knock you out. That book must be way too interesting that you didn't want to go to bed. The book is not gonna grow a pair of wings and fly away. Besides, you can get back to the good moments of that book when you wake up. But in some way, I can kinda relate to this. Not to the 200 pages in one night. My brain can only process like 20 pages late at night. Whenever you tell your homies that you gotta log off of Call of Duty, they always ask you one more match and then you end up agreeing. Then once you and your buddies finally log off, it's now 5 o'clock in the morning and you've been up the entire night. So yeah, if the book is that interesting, I can kinda understand. Still baffled that the wine did not tap you out though. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to side with this chick. Niggas with TikTok attention spans are out here complaining about 500-page books. Meanwhile, they have 60 hours of screen time spent on TikTok and YouTube. I guarantee you, if you spend that amount of time reading a book, then doom scrolling on TikTok, you'd be surprised that you finished that 500-page book in like less than a week. And I can assure you, if you've watched 1,000 episodes of One Piece, then you shouldn't be complaining about reading a 500-page book. Sure, you can argue that the anime episodes release on a weekly basis and reading paces can vary, that's understandable, but let's just be real, reading is just as easy as watching TV, unless you're doing it for English class, which at that point, burn the book at the end of the year. I really hate it whenever TikToks use copyrighted music. I'm just gonna read what's on the screen. When they're enemies, but he gets jealous after seeing her with someone else at the party, so he goes to her room that night and says,
"Ask me what I want."
"What do you want?"
"I want you to kiss me back,"
he whispered.
"But you..."
He shut me up by slamming his lips onto mine. Bro, what is this shit? A fucking Wattpad fantasy? I thought I was looking at BookTok videos, not someone's Wattpad fantasy about how they want to be kissed without their consent. I wonder who's the target audience for this. It's probably women who goon off to character AI and type, "Yes, daddy, come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth." Yeah, I'm sorry y'all had to listen to me say that. Wait a second, not even a second into this video and I'm already noticing something. Why are there so many bookmarks there? If you say you're in a book club, then I might understand, but at that point, there's just way too many sticky bookmarks. Get a proper bookmark like this. It'll save you the hassle of sticking a bookmark on every page you left off. Okay, so while looking through these book talk videos, I keep noticing that almost a lot of these videos recommending books, they always have The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo being one of the books that they recommend. Is it really that good that people keep recommending this book? Am I gonna read it? Nah. I'm more into psychological themes than romance, and honestly, I'm trying not to make this video a romance video. I mean, I already had so much videos talking about romance at this point, so I don't want this one to become a fourth one. She's fighting her enemy even though she's losing a lot of blood. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are we reading here? He points his gun at her. Sit down before you pass out. He says almost out of breath. Putting aside the grammar mistakes, really glorifying violence. Now I know what some of you guys are probably gonna say. Penduro, this is obviously fiction. Plus there's no violence I see on the screen. Okay, sorry. Last I checked, if you pair up violence with dark aesthetics and sped/slowed music and post it on TikTok, 9 times out of 10, it's most likely the case. Also, I'm just gonna say this, I think dark aesthetics is cringe. I don't know why people like dark aesthetics so much. It just only makes you look like a cornball. To me, it looks like an emo teenager who's trying to look badass while having a midlife crisis at school. Bro, am I looking at BookTok? What is this? When it's an arranged marriage but she gets hurt and he takes her to his room instead of hers. She looks around confused.
This isn't my room.
He smirks.
I know.
And then she got pregnant. Again, I want to ask, who is the target demographic for this? Instagram girls obsessing over character AI and Wattpad fantasies? Moreover, where do these passages even come from? I feel like they came from the same author who wants to be choked by their dream husband. And also, who are the people in the photos? And why is it dark aesthetics again?
Light work, no reaction. Light work, no reaction.
Ooh. Okay, it's got a little kick. Oh.
Okay, this one I can actually relate to. Most of the books I've read back in high school were so boring that I barely remember even spending time reading them at home. The only books I can say that it is worth paying attention to that I did in high school was The Theory of Flight and an Afrikaans book called Awesome. The plot in those books kept me hooked throughout the year. And honestly, I sometimes come back and read them again in my own time and not for any school assignment. I do not want to do that again. Also, a book about Greek mythology, I actually might want to check that one out. Seriously, who are these people? And where are you finding these pictures, my dude? Her buying security cameras because she has a stalker. Oh boy. Him owning the security company. What can I say, ladies and gentlemen? This must be fate. Nah, but for real though, your stalker is the owner of the security company? That's crazy. But you know guys, I'm starting to see a pattern here. All of these book talk videos with Wattpad-ass passages. The people behind these videos, they must be giggling like little girls whenever they read them to each other. I can imagine that being the case. Son of a bitch, what part of BookTok am I in? The shy innocent girl grabbing onto her brother's best friend when their car hits a bump in the road. The 6'5" scary tattooed hockey. Okay, buddy. Yeah, the people behind these TikToks must be women gooning off to character AI and Wattpad fantasies with 6-foot men. And honestly, my response to the girl would have been something like, "What's that going on?" Trust me, fellas, that response works every single time. It only just takes a foot we'll drive them away very easily. It works with a dog in South Africa and they understand it pretty well. Yeah, I'm setting you guys up for failure.
In the beninging, it's beginning. In the beninging.
Damn, that sounded like a good punch though. Okay, but on the real, the fact that some Gen Zs and Gen Alpha have terrible literacy is actually absurd. The other day I was watching a video about American literacy being on the decline, which while it is true, it's not only America. People nowadays rely on audiobooks and AI to do the reading for them and they don't even have to read a single day. Not only that, but social media has fried our attention span so hard that we can't even last a single minute without a dopamine rush. Sure, it may have been a meme right now, but to be frank, as technology advances, the need to read and write is gonna be on the decline, along with the need to learn. We're getting lazier and lazier by the year, which is kinda sad. One thing I can thank YouTube for is that now that I'm doing commentary videos, I basically script out my videos and read the scripts out, which honestly, it helps my literacy a lot. And yes, reading is a skill that you have to get better at over time if you really want to read better. And the great thing about BookTok is that it's getting people more into reading, whether it's be for content or not. So yeah, it may be cringe, but it works either way.
How did she get away? I let her go. I let her go.
Hold on, pause right here. Bro, you're a bike talker and a book talker? Bro, pick one struggle. You can't have two.
It got weird. Okay, I had her cornered. We were fighting. It was a normal altercation. And then my hand ended up around her throat. She looks me dead in my pupils, into my soul, and says, harder. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, excuse me?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm asking the same question. She was asking you to choke her harder? Oh, what? I feel like they came from the same author who wants to be choked by their dream husband. Oh man, I fucking knew it. Yeah, so I'm gonna end off this video right here and drive off into a tree. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I deeply appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, we'll be uploaded on the weekend, okay? The schedule for last video was a little wonky, but I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Catch you guys later.